Fabia. I'm from Faculty of Psychology in Universitas Indonesia. Okay. First of all, I want to tell you that actually this research is a preliminary study to further research about developing construction of gratitude scale in CAT. Okay, now focus on this research was in constructing and developing items of gratitude and analyze them using polytomous IRT. In Indonesia, until now, the use of IRT is still very limited and especially only on the optimum performance test with dichotomous items. Many research has been proved that gratitude is the most important aspect to improve happiness and quality of life in each individual. Unfortunately, in Indonesia, this kind of research has not good many interest, less attention, and no measurement standard level. The recent gratitude scale is developing in overseas, but hasn't been adjusting to the context of Indonesian society. Even if all the people around the world are feeling the gratitude emotion, the experience of this feeling was expressed in different ways to different aspects of culture. Learning to gratitude in culture aspects will help us in finding the common emotion, experience, and the gratitude expressed in different culture. Many people from different culture having a gratitude for different reasons depend on main attention in their culture. In Indonesia, there are no standard measurement of gratitude scale. For your information, so far in Indonesia, approaching methods which mostly conduct in developing tests is using by classical test theory or CTT. Otherwise, these methods, as we know, also have some weakness. The measurement of tests depending on the sample, which is known as group dependent. Besides, the other weakness is test dependent, which is individual ability was influenced by the characteristic item in the test. So, to overcome the weakness in classical test theory, then arise the item response theory. These methods having some advantages, the characteristic item is given on the participant as well as the estimate participant's ability were not dependent to the characteristic test given. So, in developing this gratitude scale, we were implementing the polytomous IRT methods using partial credit model. This is three research questions in my study. First, is this measure has a model that fits with data when using polytomous IRT model with partial credit model? Second, is this measure consists of items that fit in a measure of gratitude when using polytomous IRT models with partial credit models? And the last are the items in this measure contain response bias by gender, which is detected by the differential item functioning analysis. Okay, this is just for remembering us about strength of IRT, assumption in IRT, and models in IRT. In this research, I use polytomous IRT model with partial credit model. Okay, skip this. Okay, this is my research methods. 418 male and female undergraduate students participate to this research. The sampling technique was non-probability sampling, especially continuous sampling. The type of measurement we were used is typical performance test contain 44 items, like a type scale with 6 optional response for strongly disagree until strongly agree. There's so many steps we were doing. Start from preparation, I did study literature and then illustration via focus group discussion, and then item writing. In the pilot study, I did expert judgment with interview to clinical psychologists and psychometric expert. And then I did test eligibility to undergraduate student. And then I did reliability and validity test to 120 students, and then doing confirmatory factor analysis to confirm that all of the items assumed the unidimensionality assumption. And then the last, I did data analysis using polytomous IRT using PCM with the Quest software. And then I did analysis differential item functioning by gender. Okay, this is the result. Okay, before I analyze this, the result, I built two assumptions. There's unidimensionality and local independence assumption. Unidimensionality assumption is testing with confirmatory factor analysis, and result of confirmatory factor analysis testing show that all of the items, 44 items, is measure one variable, that is vertitude. Okay, and then before testing the fit model, we also look at test result on case fit of 418 participants. All cases can be used because no case has a zero or perfect value. Other than the analysis of the in-fit mean square value in the case estimates show that model of all cases fit with data that is equal 1.09. Okay, this is the in-fit mean square value. Next, I test the fit model, and fit model test results shown that gratitude scale indicates the in-fit mean square in 1.02, and this score is in the range, whereas in-fit mean square is accepted. Between the range is between 0.77 and 1.3. Okay, so we conclude that measuring gratitude has a model which fit the data. Okay, this is you can see this is in-fit mean square value. Okay. And then when I check fit item testing, there's one item doesn't fit, which is item number 25, item 95, with in-fit mean square of 0.72. Okay, if we look in here, item 25 is out the range. Okay. Because the item number 25 is out of the range, I eliminated the item and then retesting fit model and fit item. After retesting fit model by eliminating the item, it obtains statistic value in the mean square 1 for measuring gratitude, and then it means that 43 items is having a fit model to the data. Okay, this is the in-fit mean square value, and then I check the fit item testing 1 to 33 items, and all of the item is has a fit item, and then the last I estimate to item parameter. The test result is, by using Quest provides 3 items of type parameters known as threshold, delta, and tau. And in this research, I use threshold index because this index creates consecutive scores such as B1 is smaller than B2 and B smaller than B3 and so on. And all measuring gratitude items are able to represent the characteristic of scattered gratitude starting from -2.38 up to 4.54. Okay, the last analysis is differential item functioning based on gender. Why I did the analysis? Because there is an assumption that there's a possibility of a response bias between man and woman in answering items that measure gratitude. So I did the diff analysis, and the research showed that 4 items is detected in div. There are item number 20, 31, 34, and 39. In the other words, the first items has a given agreement tendency on male and female group. You can see this. That item number 20 and then 31 and 39 has a tendency to easier for female, and item 34 has a tendency to easier for man. Okay, this is our conclusion. Using CTT, before I analyzed the study using IRT, I testing my research using CTT, and the results show that gratitude scale was reliable, which has item consistent in measuring gratitude, and gratitude scale also valid using convergent and discriminant validity by correlation with happiness as a convergent validity, and self-regulation for discriminant validity. And then confirmatory factor analysis showed that gratitude scale has unidimensionality fit model. The last by area analysis now that the model is fit with 43 item fit, and using div analysis, 4 items now contains div by gender. So for the next 39 items are retained and used in gratitude scale, or only 39 items. So there's a long way to developing CAT of gratitude scale. This is a preliminary study. I need a larger item bank. Actually, this scale is contain 6 dimensions. 2 is for affective, 3 is for cognitive, affective, and behavior dimension, and 2 is for personal and transpersonal gratitude. And next, I have to expand the sample and wider sample target because my previous study is only to undergraduate students, and the number of sample only 418 undergraduate students. Okay, thank you for your attention. Is there any question or maybe suggestion for me for next research? Yes.
What kind of IIT model has been used? 1 parameter, 2 parameter, or 3 parameter?
Okay, one parameter. One parameter like Rush model, but for polytomous model, polytomous items. I use partial credit model by master.
Partial credit model or rating scale analysis model?
Partial credit model, I think. Okay. Yes.
I'm interested in the question items.
Okay.
So do you have the original gratitude scale, question item for gratitude scale, which has been used in your society, or you develop all
Yes.
question items?
Yes, I
Okay.
developed all of the question items. Maybe I can give the example. 44 items were, I think, specialized to Indonesian society, because in Indonesian, every religion in Indonesian, like for religion, is focus us to gratitude. So the items are like, sorry. For example, I think God helped me in the in the hard situation.
Okay, right. So it's quite unique to your society.
Yeah.
So can you briefly tell me the categories of question item? I think that designing the question item is the most difficult part when designing the scale.
Okay.
Do you have several categories, right? So maybe you're saying what or I don't know. What categories do you have?
Category after the result is now or category in develop the items?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
So about religious, personal life, work, something like that.
Okay. Actually, in develop the items, I use two categories: transpersonal gratitude, which is gratitude to other strength in out of human, like God and the other. And two categories is personal gratitude. Personal is gratitude that we focus to other human, other relationship. So the categorization is based on that, transpersonal or personal gratitude. And then there are two categorization. Is it high or low gratitude?
So when you design the question items or categories, did you refer to the previous gratitude scale which has been used in many cases or countries?
Okay. In develop the items, I did focus group discussion with Indonesian society from many background like student, and then there are some people with low socio-economic status, and then after that I did expert judgment with clinical psychologists and psychometrician. Okay, thank you so much. Is there any question? Any suggestion for me? Advice, maybe? Yeah.
Can you go back to your research questions?
Research question. And this one?
Yeah. You mentioned before that you were using Rush,
Yeah.
and maybe a little bit clearer to say that with the Rush model, you've already chosen to use the partial credit model. So what you're trying to do is find items that fit the model itself. These research questions, well, the first one seems a little bit unclear.
Okay.
So it's probably if you are going to use the Rush model, you're looking for items that are going to fit the partial credit model of the Rush model.
Actually, I use partial credit model, but partial credit model when we see the parameter used look similarly with Rush model. Actually, I use partial credit model, not Rush model.
Right.
One
so using the
parameter.
partial credit model of Jeffrey Masters,
Yeah.
which is an
Masters.
extension of the Rush model.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So
You're right.
the first one's a little bit
Okay.
unclear, like, is this measured as a model that fits?
Okay.
Because you're not really questioning, is there a model? You've already chosen the partial credit model.
Yeah.
You're
You're
looking
right.
for items that will actually fit the model or they don't fit the model.
Okay.
That might make it a little bit clearer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for that.
Could you please show some items, maybe the least fitting item, the most fitting item? Could you please show some items?
In
of your
Indonesian,
questionnaire?
in Indonesian language, is it okay? Okay. This example of the items. example for personal gratitude. I love my friends. It's the item of personal gratitude. And then the item number 13 or 15. I think God is always give me helping in hard situation. It is item for transpersonal gratitude. I think that's the example.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay, I think it's enough. Okay, thank you so much for your attention. Nice to meet you. Good morning.